2-Minute Warning. Glad you could join us on a little special kind of Thursday episode here of 2-Minute Warning Football Fury with Tim and Shim. Little off if you've been following us. You know, last night we did our NFL fantasy football draft on a Wednesday night, so we had to kind of push this to the next day. But it also kind of starts off the NFL season, Tim, you know, right, since the game is tonight. So let's get our picks in. But we're going to start this off, same tradition as the past couple of years that Tim and I have been doing Football Fury. We make our picks every single week, and Sean tallies them for us. In his absence, we're going to have to just send him our results, you know, through Messenger so we can collect those. But, Tim, good luck to you this season. I believe I was the pick'em champ last year, so I'm just not, you know.
Cheater. He did it, but he did it.
Yeah, so anybody looking for parlays this year, if you're a betting person, Shim is the more the.
I'm gonna take it this year, Josh.
All right,
let's do this.
So Thursday night tonight, we got Kansas at New England. Alex Smith, always the dink and dunk passer. I love Kelsey. I love Tyreek Hill. Kareem Hunt, amazing upside, but he's still a rookie. I think he's still going to go through a little growing phase. New England, early favorites. Tim, I don't know, but I got to say, with the run game that New England's going to instill and the Belichick coaching there and at home in opening week, and Tom Brady probably has more fire than last year, I'm taking New England, baby. 38-22.
Well, Josh, you know, we're talking about the Super Bowl champs. We're talking about the team that was down by so many points, and someone was counting them out. By halftime, it was party in Atlanta, and all of a sudden, Tom Brady. Now, here's the thing. Tyreek Hill, the number one receiver. Okay. A rookie running back who we haven't seen yet. And we're talking about somebody in NFL Network had the nerve to say, had to pick the Kansas City Chiefs with the best coaching staff over Belichick. Josh, you see this? Boof.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
35-14. The 14 points from the Chiefs will come at the game is over by then.
Garbage time fantasy points. We all love that. DFS players know we love that. So start off with Sunday. What a lovely AFC East matchup between the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. I'm sorry, Tim. All these reports in the offseason, you got Christian Hackenberg hitting reporters. You don't even know. They're trying to throw Josh McCown in the final preseason game, like deliberately trying to get him injured. It's almost clear that they're trying to tank. Buffalo, I know they got a new coach, but I love his mindset. I think they're going to be a smash-mouth running team, and they're going to do anything they can. And as a LaShawn McCoy fantasy owner, let's go. I got the Bills running this one off the table in the beginning week, 27-13. You all know Buffalo, how they do in the beginning of the season. No better week 3 opening season team than the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, listen, I know Trisha right now, Shim, is watching us. She's like, we better pick the New York Jets. She got them going 10 wins. They may get 10 wins, but it won't start this week. They're going to be 0-1. You see this right here? We got offense, defense versus what do they have? We don't know yet. Boom! Buffalo Bills. I got them winning 28-14.
I like that. I like your style. Smash helmets. I got to pick up my game over here. I like that.
Massive.
Getting over here to the people that you just talked about losing that 28-3 lead. Atlanta heads to Chicago in the opening week. Tim, I got to say, I'm not a big fan of what Chicago did. I mean, they give this guy Glennon all this money, and then they draft Trubisky. I'm not sure. He might be a good prospect, but the power, you know, the position ranking of the draft, you know, just that. Too early for me, man. Too early. I think there was other areas they could address. Overall, Atlanta's firepower on the offense is still going to be same, if not a tad better, in my opinion. And Chicago is really going to be playing from behind this year. Jordan Howard, I don't know if he's going to be a fantasy stud with all the throwing they're going to have to do. So I got the dirty in this one, 31-13.
You know what? Listen. I may not be right all the time, and I know someone who's watching, they're gonna say, "Come on, Tim, this is an easy one. Pick Atlanta." You know, see, the Chicago Bears are gonna show the Atlanta Falcons the way you win a football game and how you keep a top offense off the field. You do it by running the freaking ball. I have an upset here, Josh. I have the Chicago Bears with Jordan Howard making sure the Atlanta offense stays off the field from scoring. Boof. Chicago Bears winning this game. I got them winning 21-20.
Wow, what a week one upset that would be. We're going to travel down to Ohio, where Baltimore is going to travel and play Cincinnati in the jungle. You know, it was really under the radar last year, in my opinion, but the passing defense in Baltimore, it was number one, I think, through like week 8 of last year. I'm not sure. I believe they finished top 5 still overall, and they didn't really get a lot of credit because they still don't have those big names, but they're building, and they still got that same kind of defense intact. I think you could make a little joke about, who was that, Jimmy Ward or something, cornerback that might get burned once in a while. But other than that, you know, Danny Woodhead, I love the acquisition of him because he's going to get a lot of reps back there. And I think Macklin is a sound catching receiver, just like a Pierre Garçon is. You know, he's a possession receiver. And Mike Wallace, obviously, he's going to be the little Madden 99 speed guy. But this is going to be a close one. I think Cincinnati will have a little bit of hiccups getting it all together, and Baltimore's more sound at this point. So in a close one, I got the Baltimore Ravens taking it 19-17.
Ooh, well, you know what, Josh? Here's the thing. You know, the Bengals always has a nice opener. They always have a nice opener. The Baltimore Ravens, again, like the receiving corps. Is Joe Flacco healthy? You know, the Colin Kaepernick situation with Ryan Mallett. There's a lot of stuff going on in Baltimore. And you know what, Josh? I don't think they have it together just yet. So, you know, we're going to see best calls with Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, and Jeremy Hill. Mixon is going to show all fantasy football lovers, yo, I want to trade for him. I want him now. Boof. I got the Bengals winning 24-21 in the AFC matchup.
Okay. Jeremy Hill, though. Interesting take. We got Pittsburgh traveling down to Cleveland. Now, Tim, I know you've been having a lot of words to say about this matchup for about a month now. A lot of bickering back and forth on the wall between Steelers fans. I know I'm not going to spoil it, but in my opinion, the offensive, you know, they got the scheme. It's been together there for a while now. Big Ben, AB, Le'Veon. I know you're going to rag on him about missing some time in camp, but I got the Steelers taking this one 27-22. Cleveland's not going to be terrible. It's going to take some time to build, though.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to introduce to everybody in the world the Spoonie Smile. And here's the thing. I don't care about you Steelers fans out there. I've been saying it all along. You got an issue. Now you got Le'Veon Bell playing week 1. And guess what? He's mad. He's not getting his money. He's talking about not playing so hard because he doesn't want to get hurt. We've seen this before, Josh. That means, guess what? There's problems. And when you're playing a team like the Cleveland Browns, where there's really no tape to look at, they're brand new of young talent. And you know what? Guess what? The first game of the season for every team is the hardest because guess what? They don't run anything for you to watch during the preseason. And you know what, Josh?
Not in football shape
so
either.
I know this is not being respectful. I got my 5 fingers up right here, Josh. Look, I got 5 fingers up right here, right? And the Cleveland Browns right here. Let me turn it around. For you Steelers fans out there, look, you see this? That's who is going to win the game. And not only going to win the game, they're going to win a nice game, 27-24. And you know what? Watch what Jabril Peppers score an offensive touchdown against these Steelers teams.
I like the prediction. All right.
Steelers fans, don't get mad.
Woo! Next game, we got the Big Red, Arizona, going to visit Motown. Detroit Lions. Carson Palmer, 38 years old. Matthew Stafford just got paid. A lot of people don't like it, but Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, he's not getting a lot of love, especially with the play from last season leading into this year. It's hard to argue the numbers. And he did that last year playing on that bad thumb. Well, guess what? That's all healed up. He's the top 10 quarterback in the league when you put the numbers together. And you're going against a team that really is just going to be relying on David Johnson and old Larry Fitz and John Brown, who apparently just had surgery to get something removed. And he's possibly brand new. But at this time and point, I think the Detroit Lions got a sound offense. It's not going to be anything blazing or you're going to have a guy go for 98 yards off a pass, but it's sound. It's going to get the job done, and that defense is coming together, especially Terod Davis is going to start leading that middle field for the defense, I believe. So I got Detroit in this one, 24-21.
Listen, Josh, I've been saying it for so long. When it comes to David Johnson, he is a stud. He's a stud. But this is a very easy pick. To some people, everybody keep thinking that one play is going to win the game for you. And that's not the case. So bam! I'm taking the Detroit Lions beating the Arizona David Johnsons. The Arizona David Johnson. That's all they have. You got a 35-year-old and Larry. Don't get. I respect Larry Fitzgerald. He is a stud. He's a Hall of Fame. But guess what? The old Larry or the young Larry. Everything after that is what? David Johnson. Good defense, but the MVP candidate and Matthew Stafford will win his home opener at Detroit. I have the Detroit Lions winning 35-14.
This next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going down to Houston Texans. Now, the Jaguars and the Houston Texans both have a good defense. Obviously, the Houston having the better of the two. The question relies in which team is going to have the better offense. You got, Blake Bortles over there, who's obviously catching the most slack he's gotten in his career so far, especially in the offseason. Some surface videos showing Allen Robinson getting overthrown and being a verbal, disgruntled about it, making it verbal, especially getting caught on camera and being uploaded. So then you got Houston, who has either Tom Savage or Deshaun Watson, the rookie, who I'm not sure if he's really ready yet. But overall, I think the defense does win in this game, and the offensive weapons I don't think are ready right now for the Jaguars, especially when you consider the running game. Yeldon and Fournette. Fournette is going to get his, but again, rookies are going to go through their growing pains. So in this one, I have the Texans taking this game, 23-17.
Nice. Well, here's the thing, Josh. I know it's been a quarterback issue with Blake Bortles and Chad Henne. It's terrible. But what I do like is that if just one of them manage the game, they have a big chance, because I love the offensive side of the ball and I love the defense. The Houston Texans, you got Deshaun Watson, but here's the problem: is DeAndre Hopkins healthy enough? Is he really? First of all, they're saying Tom Savage will be the starter in this game. I'm concerned about him. He hasn't looked so good. He knows the playbook, but I think the Texans got more of an issue at quarterback than the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm gonna take these two helmets, collide them, boom. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning 21-7.
Oh, wow. A little stomp. Okay. In this next game, we got the new Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be one of the better matchups of the week, I think. This is a really good AFC matchup. Obviously, you've got both great lines with Oakland and Tennessee, and the defenses are either middle or more towards the top in the league. better receivers, I'd say, in Oakland. A little bit better running game, probably in Tennessee overall. We'll see. We'll finally get to see beast mode, or in your case, just Marshawn Lynch, because he doesn't have the beast anymore. But in my case, I think this was a tough one to decide. It's really gonna be a battle back and forth, but I still think it's gonna be a little low scoring game. Not too bad, but 24-21. I got the Oakland Raiders actually taking this one. I got to stick with my earlier predictions, man. I said it earlier when we did this show in May, and we did our predictions again in June. I got it. Damn Raiders fans, man. I had to stick to it.
Well, here comes the spoony smile. And I'm going to say this, Josh. I'm going to say this. You Raiders fans out there, especially in 2MW, listen, I mean, I feel like I could make a beast mode box of cereal where it's gray and silver. Excuse me, silver and black. And you can pour it in with milk, and I can ship it out to we'll make millions, Josh. That's how bad this fan base is so into. This is not Madden football. It's not an offensive game. It's a defensive game as well. Something the Raiders do not have. Did we hear the word on Obi Metafawalu? I mean, excuse me, pardon me if I said his name wrong. Pick, there's still a problem. He's a safety. Who's the cornerback? It's Beast Mode gonna play defense too? Is he gonna play cornerback? Is Amari Cooper gonna play cornerback? I think the Tennessee Titans are well balanced on both sides of the ball and have the better running game than the Las Vegas Raiders. So I have the Tennessee Titans winning this game 27-24. DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry will gonna ball out.
I can't hate on it. I got the Titans actually going to, I think, the AFC Championship in my bracket. So, yeah, that run game is going to come together at some point. Next game, we actually got the NFC East division rivals coming up. We got Philly traveling to the Washington Redskins. This one's going to be interesting because I believe, the NFC East, like I've said, if people have watched our show, the NFC East, in my opinion, is really going to be a 2-game separation or a 2-win separation between the top and bottom seed. This one will be a battle, obviously. It always is with these NFC East teams. Overall, I think Washington has the better offense, but you can argue that Philly definitely has the better defense intact right now. Carson Wentz, I think, is due for a good sophomore year. Week 1 always shakes up in a weird style, though, sometimes, but I think Washington still has that top 5 offense intact, and I think they got even better with Terrell Pryor, in my opinion. I know people will ridicule me for that, but let the season play out. I think they're going to end up better without D. Jackson, Pierre Garçon there, and we'll see how Terrell Pryor handles that true number 1 in the top 5 offense, and if that remains intact, it could be scary, but overall, I think Washington is definitely going to take this one, 32-28.
Okay, Eagles and Redskins. I don't like none of you guys. Shim, I don't like y'all. We really don't like y'all. You understand? We don't like y'all. We hope it's a tie between both of y'all. But here's the thing: we have to pick one. One winner we're gonna pick. You know what? Philadelphia. You still didn't get that running game. You had Dalvin Cook in your hand, and you're going with a running back who's 240 pounds and sweeps. Winning this game defensively. I'm sorry. Listen, Alshon Jeffrey is going to show the world why the Bears didn't even break a sweat in re-signing him. Okay, so Josh Norman will have a good game. Who's the other wide receiver? Oh, Jordan Matthew got traded to the Buffalo Bills, and you going in with Torrey Smith and Aguilar, the man who can. My God, JP Pickett catch more passes than Aguilar. I'm sorry. Redskins winning this game.
Damn. I like the fire. I like this.
NFC East.
Sean, please don't interrupt us. We're talking.
Do not.
All right, next game. We got Indy. We got Indy Colts traveling to the Los Angeles Rams. It was funny because I was on Twitter about a couple weeks ago, and I saw Louis Riddick actually tweet something about he believes Jared Goff is going to be the comeback player of the year. Or no, I'm sorry, is that the wrong? It was probably the most improved or biggest
most improved
player. Yeah, my apologies. Wrong terminology.
Right.
I'm kind of baffled by that. I don't know if he's watching something that I'm not seeing. I haven't really seen too much tape on the Rams, but I don't know how he's going to go from mediocre to like a stellar. You would have to probably put him to say he's most improved. That remains to be seen. He has not a great receiver corps, but I guess you could call them playmakers. At best. The defense is really going to, if anything, is what's going to win them. But they are switching to that 4-3, I believe, with the Wade Phillips scheme. And even with Andrew Luck out, I think they just have the more offensive weapons right now. And this might shape up to be a weird game, even though Rams, in my opinion, have the better defense. But somehow I think Lucas Oil Stadium residents, the Colts end up pulling it out 26-21.
Woo, you know what, Josh? We're gonna be far apart because here's the thing. I mean, the bad news for the Rams is that the LA Rams is no Aaron Donald, but the good news is that I still think the defense is great and there's no Andrew Luck. You got the guy who reminds me of from Saved by the Bell, and for some reason, I don't know why, but he just, for some reason, Zach Moore or Slater, one of them, who plays football. So, I look at this game and I'm like, if I'm you fantasy owners out there, do not start T.Y. Hilton. Don't do it. Do not start Doyle. Don't start anybody from the coast because I'm losing. And my apologies to Tyrone Davis and Sherman. I got losing 35-0. 35-0.
If that actually happens, you may have to make 20 memes on Sherman and just post them.
This is gonna start. When does Luck come back? We got Colin Kaepernick sitting out there. Mark my words.
Tim, you better hope no Fury Fantasy players are watching this broadcast right now as you're trying to trade Andrew Luck probably in the future for some loot. So, okay, next game. Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks going to Lambeau Field facing the Packers. Oh, that Sheldon Richardson acquisition, though, in Seattle. Ooh. And they were already talked about being one of the top seeds in the NFC even before they got Sheldon. Now him on the opposite side of Michael Bennett. Boy, oh, boy. Now, the cornerbacks, you can argue, were better 2-3 years ago. You could argue that maybe they're not even the Legion of Boom anymore. They're just a Legion of Pip-Pow. So, Russell Wilson, I think he's poised to have a good season. That O-line, though, kind of like the Giants, we'll have to see if it shapes up through this offseason. Ever since that, what was it? Matt Unger, that's what I was thinking of, that trade. Kind of just been a different Seattle team on offense. So, Jimmy Graham, we'll see if he can be the same tight end, if not better than last year. And overall, Russell Wilson is really making his receivers what they are. So, we'll see how that shapes up. I got this one, though, going to the better offensive team, even though their defense isn't quite on par. The Cheeseheads, 27-24.
Wow. You know what, Josh? I know Sean right now is watching. He got his beard next to him, his Cheetos. He got his slippers on, his crop top Seattle Seahawks shirt on. With a tattoo on his belly. They're saying Legion of Doom. I know he's hyped, so I'm gonna make him proud. I think the Seattle Seahawks with Beast Mode, the other Beast Mode, will travel to Green Bay and go ham on his former team with the other running back. And I think is the thing. I think Green Bay have not taken advantage of surrounding Rodgers with a better offensive line. They let two key guys go in the offseason. So I think that's going to be a problem. I think Seattle's going to win this game 21-20.
Oh, close game. All right. Yeah, that'll be another really good game on the NFC side for sure.
Yes.
We got Carolina traveling to San Francisco, take on the 49ers. 49ers have been kind of bashed by us a little bit, you know, little hate on the 49ers this year, a little bit of trolling, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as we've probably made it seem or have drastically been sarcastic about it. But San Fran, I think their defense is going to be a little improved this year, and I think that offense under Shanahan is probably good enough to win 5 to 6 games this year. Carolina traveling there. Cam Newton, I think he's looking to be a bit more serious. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more of a leader and take it, you know, I think he's even mentioned that he was kind of lax and didn't work as hard as he has in the past. So hopefully he gets the protection he needs. He needs to take less hits, that's for damn sure. And we'll see how Curtis Samuel plays into the offense along with the potential rookie of the year, Christian McCaffrey. So honestly, I think this is a little bit of a turnaround year for the Panthers. I think they might get back to the playoffs. And I think they got this one on San Fran. San Fran, this isn't going to be one of your 5 to 6 coming. The Panthers take this one 32-23.
Well, damn, Josh, this is going to be good competition because here's the thing. 2 teams I'm looking at, and I'm saying Carolina should win this game. But the 49ers, just something about them has got me like, they're going to be a better team than what people think. This Ruben Foster character, the middle linebacker, with that defense, they're going to be all right. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to have his good game. But I don't think he's going to get the W. I think the 49ers are going to upset the Carolina Panthers 21-14 at home. You know, Shanahan loves to do a lot of offensive tricks. So, I mean, is Carolina's defense that much good to hold that? I don't know. Got the 49ers an upset.
This is our match, Timmy, the one we've been waiting for since what, last December? Face off again. The Giants at Dallas. This is becoming like a yearly tradition just to kick off the year, apparently, between the two teams. Don't know if Odell will play. I think it's like 55-45, leaning towards he might. But I think the Giants are going to prepare that he won't. I don't think it's drastic in this week. I'm sorry to say that he does play. We really don't know what the Cowboys are playing that cornerback. They have so many suspensions on that D-line. I'm not even sure who the 2 defensive ends are going to be. Taco Charlton and who is it? Tim can. And the offensive line had 40% changes to it this year, and that's your rock. That's what you guys cradle on. And yeah, you're gonna have Zeke, but that suspension is gonna be a big distraction. He's gonna be playing that game, and then he's gonna be leaving for another 6 with a bye. I wonder how the players are gonna support that, or how he's gonna take that in his head. Big mental game right there alone for the individual. Giants still got that defense intact. Still got wow, that D-line looking good. Those cornerbacks still there, looking good. The safeties, we got Darian Thompson back, looking great. Landon Collins done nothing but praising Darian Thompson in that backfield. Man, I can't wait for this one, Tim. And we cut Will Tye just to show, I mean, our tight ends are even improving the overall depth. Ingram, a wide receiver at the tight end position. My God, Tim, you might as well just give us Jimmy Graham. I mean, this is basically what it's looking like. And then Brandon Marshall comes over. The Jets didn't even know how to utilize this guy because they have Crap Patrick throwing to him, and then they bring in 2 other guys that can't even get him the ball. So, yeah, he looks terrible, especially when he's the best receiver on that team, and he comes over and he's the number 2 on our team. Man, that's going to be interesting. And then don't forget about Sterling Shepard. That young boy's growing. Yeah, I'll let you have your fun with Eric Flowers right now. But we got to be honest. History has shown that when the Giants visit Dallas in week 1, Eli is signing his name on that brick wall with the final score. And then this week, 32-29. I believe in Eli.
Well, Josh, you know, of course, this is a rivalry week for us. You know, the best this week, game of the week, of course, is your New York Giants at my Dallas Cowboys. And I'm gonna say this: the Giants. Speaking of the Giants, all respect to your Giant fans. Great defense, great offense. The thing, here's the key thing. I will never say you have to have the best offensive line in football to win games. You got to have just a good, decent. And Josh, I have stopped you. I know I would have to tackle you just for you to won't have to put your hands around Evan Flowers' neck, because I mean, my God, I mean, anybody could go around this man and get to Eli. Man, here's the thing. Safety blanket is a guy who may not even make it to week 1. Not saying that we hope he don't play. We want everybody to play. Nobody be hurt. But it is what it is right now. So, you know, with Odell Beckham Jr. not playing this game, those quick passes over that middle is something. I mean, if Zeke Elliott didn't play for Dallas, we have at least 2 running backs who could hold it down versus who on that squad can replace Odell Beckham Jr. who if he doesn't play. Now, even a 50 Odell Beckham Jr. 100% healthy, where's that psyche when going over that middle for the hit? Because everybody knows when you see a wounded person, what's the number one thing to do? And we all know Odell Beckham Jr. does not like to take a hit. He takes one bad hit, he disappears. It's proven. The Eagles game, a Cowboy game, it's proven. When I look at my Dallas Cowboys, yes. Cock-a-doodle-doo, the coach over there came out and said, who's in our secondary? That's a good question. We have a whole new secondary. We have better guys who could play the ball, not just tackle, but who could play the ball. We still got Scandrick, all right. We got our big corner from Philadelphia, okay. We still got Byron Jones. We got a whole new defensive line. We still got Sean Lee. It's still there, you know. So here's the thing: Hercules. Stand before I make change. I had my Dallas Cowboys winning this game 35-21. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, Zeke is playing, and rumors are by tomorrow they will approve the TRO. If they approve it, he plays the whole season.
We're gonna move it to Monday night, folks. We're gonna hit off the first Monday night game. We got New Orleans traveling to the Dome. Are they playing in a dome anymore? It's like a glass. It's like Joel Osteen's church or something, right? Mad glass everywhere. I don't know what it is. But they're traveling to Minnesota to play at the new stadium. That it looks crazy. I can't wait to see what that looks like on TV. This is going to be a really good game. Again, I think a great defense in Minnesota, but also you still got a Sean Payton-led offense over there with the Drew Brees at the quarterback helm, led offense in the Saints still. And Willie Snead, Michael Thomas, that's nothing to sneeze at. Kobe Fleener, I think, and I think he's going to get even more on page with Drew Brees this year. And then you got the tandem of running backs that, you can argue it doesn't have fantasy value, but when you're talking about from an NFL perspective, geez, those are the toys you want in your backfield any day. You want those in your garage just to play with at any moment. So, they got the bruiser with Ingram and Peterson. Peterson can also be the finesse power guy. Kamara is going to be the pass catching back, and it's almost like the wind, earth, and fire they got back there. So, but this is going to come down to opening hype, opening noise. I think the Purple People Eaters take this one 21-16.
Well, here's the thing, Josh. you know, when it's all boiled down, when it comes down to the New Orleans Saints, I love what they did in the offseason. You have a running game. Finally, Drew Brees has a running game. So if he has a comfortable lead, you could start running that ball. You got
Right.
you also have AP, the rookie Kamara. So I like what New Orleans Saints are doing. With the Minnesota Vikings, here's my problem. Great defense. Who's the quarterback there? Sam Bradford? All right.
Yeah.
Did they get the offensive line better? They didn't do that. No. Laquan Treadwell learn how to read a playbook to get playing time. My first round pick, or is Thielen still there? Damn. So we got Diggs and Thielen, but Laquan Treadwell is up in the air still. You don't know his plays yet, or he's out of shape. We don't know. It's still a question mark.
Right.
Well, you got Dalvin Cook, but running back without offensive line. Damn. Shoot. I'm sorry. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints to win this game 35-28. I see a very close game, but at the end, Adrian Peterson's coming home and he has something to say. Why you let me go?
I like that
Good
aspect.
song.
I like that take.
Let me go. Let me go.
Last game to finish up week 1. I hope it's an exciting and good week 1 too. And 2-minute warning, people. If you're in, hit us up. Get in that DraftKings weekly league that Mr. Bells throws together for us. It's good times. Last game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Denver to face the Broncos. This is going to be an interesting matchup because I want to see how Denver's defense really shape up. And I think the Chargers' defensive stock went up over last year. And they got Malik Hooker, who I think can be a nice playmaker for them in the safety position. Overall, you got serviceable weapons for, Phillip Rivers. Keenan Allen can be an elite receiver if he can stay healthy. And the other targets around him are very, I would say mediocre to above average with, the Tyrell and the Travis Benjamins. I want to see how it shapes up too between, the Chargers and Denver's defense together. It's kind of a question mark, shady area for me. But the worst is with Denver in the quarterback position. You don't know where it's going. You don't know if Simeon's going to be there the whole time. You don't know if Paxton's going to come take over. And then they just brought in Assweiler again. So who knows what they're going to do there? If they're going to try to say, oh, he knows the playbook, so screw it, we'll just throw him in, and hopefully our defensive run game leads us. But overall, I think the better team right now to begin the season is going to be the Los Angeles team. The Chargers take this one 27-23.
Well, you know what's funny? Shim, you know what's funny? Because you're saying about the Denver Broncos, they brought back Brock Osweiler, right? So we got Brock Osweiler and we got Trevor Seaman. Damn, it's not even Wednesday, it's Thursday. So, I mean, wow. So, I mean, that being said, we got 2 jokes at quarterback right now for the Denver Broncos. And where's Pastor Glinton? Where is this guy at? Wasn't your first? Didn't the Broncos jump ahead of the Cowboys to try to get Jerry? Thank God you didn't give in. Thank God we got the right guy, because where's Pastor Glinton? Now, with that much being said, good running game from the Denver Broncos. You got C.J. Anderson. They got Jamal Charles back, which is cool. But how's the offensive line? Leary was the Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman, former Cowboy lineman last year. He's still there. He's their best lineman at guard. Oh my God! They didn't care for that. Okay, the defense still intact, but the same issue is going to happen. Now, what I love about the Chargers is that you could throw anybody a wide receiver. You could throw myself and you, Shim, and Phillip Rivers will get us that football. You have a Hall of Fame tight end in Antonio Gates. You have Hunter Henry there. Okay. You have Keenan Allen, who's a service. He's not a star, but he's a solid wide receiver. Okay. You got Mr. Williams there. Okay. They're pretty. Of course, you got Melvin Gordon, a good running game, and a nice defense. Not the best, but a nice complementary defense for that offense. I have the San Diego Chargers winning 35-21. This is going to start the the team that I picked to win the division and the Chargers, going to win by beating the Broncos. Raiders fans, stop it. You know what's happening. Stop it.
What was the score on that?
35-21 San Diego Chargers. Excuse me, LA Chargers.
I like it.
LA Chargers. Pardon me. Well, you know what? You know what? Here's the thing. We have here's my thing. We have a couple of 2MW members who participated.
Okay.
In the picks. You know, I want to read out their picks real fast.
All right, go for it.
First one, of course, is Tommy D. Please watch. Tommy D is one of the members from Pride Rules.
Okay.
Read the rules, respect the rules, Pride Rules. And he came out with his picks. He has the Patriots winning tonight's game. He got the Buffalo Bills beating the Jets. He got the Atlanta Falcons beating the Bears. Baltimore beating the Bengals. He picked the Browns, not the Steelers. Steelers will win this game. Arizona Cardinals. He got the Houston Texans beating Jacksonville. The Raiders winning their game. The Eagles beating the Redskins. Rams beating the Colts. He has the Packers beating Seattle. The Panthers beating the 49ers. Really, Tommy? The New York Giants beating my Dallas Cowboys? I'll remember that. The New Orleans Saints beating the Minnesota Vikings. The Denver Broncos beating the Vegas Raiders. All right.
We only disagreed. We only disagreed on 4 games, Tommy. I like it.
And then, yeah, of course, one of our favorite person who watches us and supports 2MW Fury every night and day is Wendy Sharp. She got the Patriots winning tonight's game. She has the New York Jets beating the Buffalo Bills. Wow. All right. Atlanta Falcons beating the Bears. Baltimore Ravens beating the Bengals. The Steelers beating the Browns. The Cardinals beating the Lions. The Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Oakland Raiders. The Philadelphia Eagles beating the Redskins. The LA Rams beating the Colts. The Packers beating Seattle. The Panthers beating the 49ers. Wendy, that's not right, Wendy. The New York Giants beating my Dallas Cowboys.
That's my girl.
Wendy. That's not cool. The New Orleans Saints beating the Minnesota Vikings. And the LA Chargers beating the Denver Broncos.
Not bad.
I only disagree with 2 games. The Giants and the Browns. The Giants and the Steelers win their game. They both going to lose, Wendy. If one of them's going to win, it's going to be my Dallas Cowboys. Forget the Browns. But, you know, listen, it's great to have week 1 of football back, Shim, and that's the greatest part. We get to keep doing these picks. Fantasy-wise, any play fun today that you want to see blow up?
That I'm starting this week or tonight? I'm sorry, you got kind of cut off there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this week. Even tonight.
This week, ultimately? That's a good question because I was kind of browsing. I haven't gone too much in depth, but for my flex play, I kind of like I did like Jameson Crowder, but I just heard he had the hip thing on Roto World, so I don't know what's going on with that. He would have been a nice play, but I do like Russell Wilson at the quarterback position going against that Green Bay defense. Young cornerbacks, you know, a lot of transitioning going around back there. I really like the Kareem Hunt play at the Patriots. Alex Smith is going to do a lot of dumps, I think, to Kareem, and Andy loves his one running back dimensional people, you know, or I shouldn't say one dimensional, but you know, one running back committee running backs he loves. He just wants to stick with one, doesn't like committees. That's his little stat. So. And then there was another guy that I was kind of really LaShawn McCoy, obviously, going against the Jets. Sean McDermott has already said he's going to just feed him if he can handle the workload. And if that's what it takes to win the game, that's exactly what he's going to do. What about you, Tim? What you got?
I have I have tonight Kelsey in a couple of the leagues, so I'm hoping Kelsey really does his thing today. I think he's the most reliable target for the Chiefs. I'm really looking at for Tyreek Hill to be. Yeah, I don't think he is. I'm taking your advice. I'm starting Rex Burkhead from the New England Patriots to fill out that Wes Welker role. And I was scared because I'm like, they're not going to use this guy as a pure running back. They're going to use him in the passing game a lot. And I know Philip Dorsett just came in pretty late. I think Rex Burkhead tonight will get some burn. Hopefully, a couple of touchdowns for me. For the New England Patriots, I'm interested in seeing also McCaffrey with the Carolina Panthers. He's right now he's the most talked about fantasy player this year. There was words that they were saying that they gave him his own playbook, a fake playbook for responsibilities, that he may play some even special teams, returning kicks. So that's points, that's numbers right there. And so I'm interested to see that. Hey, you know what? And if I got to pick a bounce back player, Todd Gurley, for the Rams. You know, his rookie year was fantastic. His last year wasn't too good. Goff, to get better, he needs his running game to get better, and I want to see how Todd Gurley does.
I think a serious comeback player of the year could be Danny Woodhead, honestly. I just think he's caught that unlucky hit couple seasons out of the past 3. And Joe Flacco, he loves his running backs, especially when they want to run more back there too. So even in the passing scheme, Joe Flacco, he seems like that kind of timid quarterback where if he doesn't have his 2 reads open, he's just going to resort to Woodhead or Buck or Terrence West, whoever's running the ball back there at that current point in time. Well, yeah, right. I like it. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for week 1, NFL Pick'ems. I just want to say that for folks watching, come on over. If you haven't already, we have our Twitter page, twitter.com/2MWFury. Just give us a follow, post memes. We post about the show, some good stuff on here, good content. We like to upload, as you can see, some Tim videos. Shame. And then if you aren't in the group already, come over here to Facebook, get involved. It's facebook.com/groups/2MW Sports. Just send a request. One of our admins will gladly accept you into the fraternity of trolls here, and you can get involved right away with posts and just start making fun of the Cowboys, because that's exactly what we do here. It's awesome. So Tim, any last words?
And not only that, yeah, and not only that, not only are we a great sports fraternity online, we also do a lot of sports events outside. We do tailgates. We'll be doing the New York Jets at the New England Patriots October 15th this year. We do a lot of football hangouts. We go to different games. We do sports bar events. We did a whole lot of things. So joining 2MW right now is a big change in your life. You're going to meet people that, it's like you don't have to meet them in person. It's like meeting them in person when you sign on. So it's a great feeling. This is family.
That's a good point. Yeah, I like that. All right, so folks, this is going to wrap it up, and we'll be back at our regular scheduled time next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Finally going to get back in the actual swing of football season. I can't wait. I'm excited as hell. Tim and I got some good things coming up this season. Hopefully we'll have some good segments coming up, even possibly a little NFL Jeopardy or something later in the year. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a like, give us a shout, do anything you want. Just follow us, please. We're awesome. Later, folks. Have a good one.